Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and dreamers of all ages, welcome to the Disney Countdown Show.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
Hello, and welcome everyone to a very special episode of the Disney Countdown Show. I am the dapper Danielle, and I am joined by the ever so lovely East Coast representative of Megan the Magical Millennial. Hello, my dear.
West Coast, girl. I am West Coast. I'm West Coast. Okay, it's okay. It's early for the dapper Danielle. It's early for me too.
Girl, I don't know. How are you? Okay, let's do a check-in. Okay. We have been officially yesterday. Well, actually it's been 2 days technically since the last day of D23, but we were doing stuff all the way up until yesterday was really our first day of not being able to do anything. Mm-hmm. How are you doing? How are you surviving?
Oh, I'm good. Yes, yesterday was the first day I actually was able to productively get stuff done. I was able to sit down, do work that I have been behind on, especially for the wedding stuff. And so yesterday was a really good day in terms of that. And so I'm feeling good. It's a busy time. And, and I kind of accepted that a while ago, that this is going to be a crazy hectic month. And so I'm just riding the wave right now. And once the wedding is done, which obviously I'm very, very excited about, but once it's done, I'm going to be so excited. I'm going to be so happy. I'm I can sleep. I can take my days back. You know what I mean? But it's been all right. It's been all right. How are you doing over there?
I'm having a hard time. I think my body got so adjusted to California time. Yeah. And because I wasn't going to bed until 2 a.m. California time, which is 3 hours behind us, that's 5 a.m. Florida time. Mm-hmm, and so going to bed last night, I was so tired. I jumped in bed really early. I filmed that TikTok that I did the other night. And I was like, okay, now we can snuggle up and we can go to bed. Oh, this is so delightful.
Right.
Second wind hit me. And I was like, dagnabbit. And I refused to get up out of bed. I was not productive at all. I should have gotten up and actually gotten stuff done. I need to clean up because my luggage is still here in the living room, on the floor of my living room. And it's not been touched at all, except for getting out what I needed for yesterday.
That's okay. I mean, it's who unpacks the day after or the day of getting back from a trip. I don't know anyone that does that. If you do that, props to you. It's not me. So
I know the dapper mom listens to these podcasts. Hi, mommy. Don't worry. Everything I said is not true. I totally unpacked and put everything away afterwards. It's okay, mom. I'll see you here in 2 days.
Does she unpack the day of?
Oh my gosh, yes. So even when we move, mom is like, oh no, we are getting boxes out of the house, even if they're not put away, but everything has to be out of the cardboard boxes and away within less than 2 days. There's nothing hanging around.
Wow. It's, again, so impressive. It's not me, y'all. I wish I could. I wish I had that motivation, that talent, but it's the day after, 2 days after for me.
Right.
Sorry. Yes. Oh, Danielle, I meant to, as it's sitting in front of my face, I meant to give you something when you were over here, but it's so great that I'm coming over there soon because I have a little gifty for you. I put it online. I put it on the TikTok. Oh! It's a little Kermie keychain. I got it from Company D, and I thought it was really cute. So I meant to give this to you. It's a little fluffy ball, but I'll just give it to you when I come over there. So surprise! Good morning.
Artel? I love that. That's really cute. That one was the beginning of the plush keychains. People are okay,
plushy ball keychains,
right? And people are like, okay, this is fine, but we want the actual characters' faces. We want kind of what Tokyo Disney has, and Disney's really slowly been doing that. I don't know. Did you see the new one with a full body Mickey? It doesn't look like a Mickey. It looks like a Morky.
Didn't. Oh. I didn't see that. No, I've seen the giant heads in the form of a purse. I've seen that. Or is it a backpack? I think it's a backpack or a purse.
What are those things? You guys got them first.
Yeah, apparently they were a thing years ago, and they've since I don't know if they've made them even bigger or if they just brought them back. I don't know. It's not my style. Sorry. I don't like the big giant
Are they
heads.
supposed to be luggages?
No, I think they're just things that you carry to the parks with you. I'm pretty sure.
I already got enough I gotta worry about. I ain't got time for carrying around something that I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna take out a 2-year-old also in the process. Be like, yeah, hey, somebody's like, hey, the Dapper Danielle, turn. Breaking news, Dapper Danielle smacks 2-year-old in the face with giant purse.
I mean, they're huge. They are tote bags. And granted, the Baymax one is the one I would maybe consider, but like,
okay,
there's Stitch, there's Mickey.
Some lady showed me the like, you know, because I know no stranger. Well, or people just feel like they can get really social with me. And I'm sitting down on the bus back to the hotel room and she's telling me her entire life story. I know everything about this woman now. But then she's also telling me about the Baymax tote bag and she shows me it. And at first I thought it was like a cat toy tunnel.
That's what it looks like.
You're supposed to
stretch it out.
it. Yeah, and it was supposed to be like a long Baymax head, like a cat toy tunnel, like the cat's supposed to run back and forth in it. I guess there's also a new cat toy Captain America shield. She got that really? Too.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and it's like she's like, it's brand new. It just dropped. The cast members just told me about it. I was just like, oh, okay. I'm happy for you. I'm happy you got these things.
Right.
I didn't ask. But it was great.
Like, I am so happy you got the merch you wanted. That makes my day. But yeah, again, not necessarily my style. I'm happy for the people that loved it. Apparently, they sold out fast. So, good on y'all.
Is it supposed to be like a throwback to like early 2010s vibes?
Yes, that's what it is.
Is that what that is?
I think that's what it is. Yeah, yeah, it might go that far back. And people were going nuts over them when they dropped. So I was like, okay, cool. I didn't know that's what we were into, but hooray.
Right. Okay. I wasn't sure. But you know what we were into? We were into the sizzle reel that we got from our friend. Who was our friend that did the recording for us for the D23 live event?
It was Mikey, who was our videographer and one of our photographers at the party. It was really nice. Yes.
Yes, go check out his stuff. He was so nice.
He's very nice, and he knows exactly what he's doing. He's just like on it. He knows the shot that he needs, and he makes really good videos. So yes, definitely go check it out. It's on our we got our Disney content page. Our little, it's not little, but it's our group page over there on Instagram and TikTok, and it was a lot of fun. We had a great time at our D23 kickoff party. We just called it the fan kickoff party. And it was so much fun. It was so great to meet everybody. Awesome to do a live show, which was one of our, just a great memory for our podcast. Mm-hmm. And, then you guys did some trivia and giveaways afterwards. I unfortunately had to rush out to a concert that I had previously got tickets to with my fiance. But overall, a great time. The vibes were immaculate, to say the least. Yeah.
Oh, totally.
It was smiling the whole time.
I was thinking, I was like, I can't believe you were talking about this being a rap party and doing this at the end of D23. If we did this, I would have been dead.
I don't know if I would have made it. Yeah, no, the beginning was the way to do it.
Yes, it totally was the way to do it. I'm so happy we did it at the very beginning. And when I still had energy and was ready to go. And Same. It was good because of that. It was really good.
Yeah. Agreed. Yes. So we had so much fun, and we will get into the D23 stuff very, very soon. So just hold on one sec. Of course, we do need to mention the countdown that we are doing this week, y'all. And it's a fun one. We got an exciting countdown for you. We are doing top 5 Star Wars movies. Hooray! Mm-hmm. And I am repping my Star Wars sweatshirt this morning because I am very excited for this countdown. I'm a big Star Wars nerd, Star Wars fan. And we also will have a very special guest who is also a big Star Wars nerd and Star Wars fan. And that's Meg from Magic with Meg. So we can't wait to chat all things Star Wars with her. And also D23. We'll do some catch up because, y'all, she had some amazing outfits, as she always does.
Oh, my goodness. Her D23. Vanellope one. Oh, my gosh.
Vanellope so Mandalorian. Oh, insane. So good. So we'll be talking to her later, and it's going to be a good time. Because she's the sweetest ever. Yeah.
It was so good. Now, again, y'all, make sure you are listening and following us over on the socials, because I'm gonna rephrase this, because we actually have a lot of new listeners that are coming in post that bonus episode that we did and post the live show episode, because a lot of people showed up for us as Disney content, which was amazing. Thank you so much for being here. And some people are like, okay, we don't know if we want to listen to the podcast. Like, we love Danielle and Megan, but like, us doing the live show really gave people a taste of it. Yep. We, during the end of that show, we had a jump in Patreon followers. We'll get into that in a moment, which thank you so much for being here. And so we have a lot of stuff to cover for this show. But again, welcome to all the new listeners. And if you're not doing so already, make sure you're following us on Disney Countdown Show on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads, and Pod Disney on the Twitter/X. You can either watch the full episodes over on YouTube, which is part of our sibling channel, which is youtube.com/Countdown Network. That's where you can listen to Christmas Countdown, Theater Countdown, us, maybe some other cool countdowns later on in the future. Hashtag coming soon. I don't want to spoil anything. And of course, myself, the Dapper Danielle, and Megan, the Magical Millennial _.
That's us. That's us.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes. We post a lot, and we appreciate y'all following, so thank you. And speaking of following along, you guys have been so nice with your reviews lately. We do have the rate and reviews on Apple and Spotify. You can now review on Spotify. That is a relatively new feature. So hooray, finally Spotify catching up with the times. Or you can also DM us your reviews if you prefer. That's over on Instagram. And Danielle, we have quite a lot that we've gotten over the last week. So
we
should we
have.
get right into it? I'm just gonna jump into this first one. This is from
babe.
Spotify. I love seeing the Spotify ones because that's fun and new. All right, so this one is from Christopher Jett and says, awesome podcast as always. Danielle and Megan are my spirit animals and the best way to get through my Monday morning with a little Disney magic. Thanks for being awesome. Thank you, Christopher. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I love how we're people's spirit animals, but really, random ratatouille. I don't think of it as spirit animals, right? Because we're like, I mean, I am a panda. We know this. Like, me and Danny have actually talked about me buying a panda onesie and just running around Magic Kingdom, and we film random GIF type stuff of me doing stuff, either waiting in line or like eating a Mickey bar or something like that, and making it a thing for the Discord. We'll see if it actually happens. But anyway, but I think of us more as like Muppet animals, if that makes sense. Like Muppet personas of ourselves.
I would love to see myself turn into a Muppet. It does. It totally makes sense. Yeah, I would love to see myself.
I'm just overtired in a Delulu state. It's one of the two. Anyway, moving on. This is a fan message from Jen over on Instagram, and it says, "I love you both, but I told my brother I would riot if Chip and Dale weren't included in one of your top 10 lists of meet and greets. So here I am. Angry face emoji, angry face emoji, angry face emoji. Oh no. They are hilarious always and so cute. Anyways, still love you."
Jen, I'm going back in my list because I don't remember if they were. I feel like they were either in my top 10 or my top 15. Hang on.
Did it make it into the bonus episodes?
Oh,
I think mine's in the bonus episode.
Mine is too. Yeah. No, I think. I don't know if yours is top 10, but mine was number 14. Yeah. Sorry, goodness. Jen. They almost made it, but they're in the bonus. I promise. If you want to listen. Oh man. All right. This next one, and I agree, they are hilarious as always. This next one is from Kelsey on Instagram, and she says, "Hi, Megan and Danielle. I've been a listener and a fan of the podcast from the beginning, and both of you for a long time. I absolutely love the rankings you ladies do, and I got my friends into your podcast as well. My friends came up with some ideas that you ladies might be interested in ranking. Some of the ideas that they came up with are ranking the princesses and princes together or separate, villains, and after-hour events. My friends and I absolutely love your podcast, and we listen to it every single week. Thank you, ladies, and thank you for all you do." Love that, Kelsey. Thank you. Always send ideas our way. We appreciate it. After-hours events would be a good top 5, Danielle, if you wanted to do that.
That would.
We could do it. Yeah.
We'll put a pin in that. Okay.
Adding it to the list.
Adding it. Well, yes, and we have another one. Okay, this is from Abby on Instagram, and it says, "Hi, Megan and Danielle. I've been following you both for a while on TikTok and started listening to the podcast a few months ago. I'm getting married in August this year and have been super stressed and have a lot of anxiety with planning. Megan, you probably know how that feels. However, I feel myself getting Whenever I feel myself getting anxious, I turn on the podcast and it helps me take my mind to a different place. I recently started listening to your bonus episodes, so I can't wait to compare my list with yours. Work night shifts, so whenever I get a break to watch I work night shifts, so whenever I get a break, I watch Danielle's TikToks, and I can promise you that I do care about the random Disney things in the middle of the night that you probably don't care about, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Thank you, ladies, for spreading the magic to those of us who may need it in a stressful time." That is so sweet, Abby. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm just everybody's insomnia buddy, is what it is.
You are. You are the night shift buddy for sure.
Yes, I am. Somebody has to be on the Disney. You know, Disney, we
It's
run
not
on
me.
multiple
I know,
shifts
no.
and third shift.
Yeah.
I'm third shift. That's what I am.
That's you. Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, this next one is from Allie, and she says, "Hey, howdy, hey, ladies. I've been following you both on TikTok for some time now and just discovered that you have this podcast together, the best of both sides of Disney. You ladies have made my Monday mornings magical throughout the summer, and I'm slowly going back to the older episodes because I can't get enough. I hope to have my own Disney countdowns with my 5th grade students this year in my new Disney Parks inspired classroom. I love all the rants, the magic moments, games, and all the apartment ghost hijinks. Kevin, talking to you. I have even recently taken my love of Disney one step further and became a travel advisor so I can help others plan their own Disney adventures. I will always recommend all your accounts to my clients. Keep spreading the magic." Allie, oh my gosh, wow. Thank you. Congrats on becoming a travel advisor. And it's so exciting with your 5th grade students that having the countdowns would be so cute and fun. Love that idea.
I love that. I feel like if you do one with them this year, whatever it may be, you're gonna have to let us know like what the overall consensus was and like how it went. We want to know.
We do. Yes, I would love to hear it or see it if you want to send us pictures as well.
Oh, that too. Oh, fabulous. Well, this next one is also from Instagram, but it's from Amanda. And it says, "Hey, ladies, stopping by to say hi. I love the podcast, and I'm currently revisiting certain episodes as my boyfriend and I are planning a Disneyland trip in mid-November and a world trip with a friend who's never been in winter 2025. So exciting. Thanks for all that you share." Oh,
Yeah,
fabulous.
Amanda.
Yes.
Yes. Nice. Disneyland trip mid-November. Okay, so Christmas time. I love that. Holidays.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. And this last one, bless you. Is that a sneeze?
It was like a sneeze. It was like a cough, and then I sniffled.
Was it a bless you?
sniffle?
A sniffle.
Sniffle.
Bless you regardless.
Thank you.
All right. This one is from Kevin on Instagram. Kevin, you finally made it to
Kevin.
Instagram.
No, we're not talking about you, Kevin. Not the ghost, Kevin. No,
This is Kevin.
Instagram, Kevin.
Instagram Kevin. Okay.
The washing
And he says-
machine started binging because it thought we were
was gonna
talking
say,
to it.
Did it
Sorry,
really?
continue.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Kevin says, "Hi, wanted to send a message hoping you all had an amazing D23 and it was amazing to meet you all during your first live show. It was an absolute blast. Eric, Megan, and Danielle crushed it during the live show and you were all so kind. Also, shout out to Danny doing amazing producer things. It was great talking to him on the tram Sunday with his wife. They are amazing people. Keep doing what y'all do and hope to see Megan during Dumbo Double Dare and hope to see Danielle during my first Disney World trip next year while attempting the Coast to Coast Challenge. Stay and keep being your magical selves." Kevin,
Aww.
thank you.
I love how I ran into Danny like on the wall. So that was Danny's birthday, and we were heading into the park for dinner, and it was really it was a really awesome time. So I'm so happy you got to see him again too. Yes, very cool.
That's awesome. Yes. Thank you, Kevin. And yes, I hope to see you during the Double Dare. So I guess, Kevin, I assume you are doing the double Dare and the race over in Disney World, which is marathon weekend, I think, as you mentioned Coast to Coast. Wishing you all the best. If you are doing the Dopey Challenge, please make sure you are staying healthy and getting enough sleep, because I did not do that during my Dopey Challenge and I was sick for a month afterwards. So best of luck to you. It is an experience. I'm going to just leave it at that. But yes, okay. So Danielle mentioned earlier that we also have some new Patreons that joined our fam, which thank you so much, you guys. Thank you. So we have Lauren and Tanya, Joanna, Addison, Samantha, Castlebound Cindy, Rob, Victoria, Melissa, Cassidy, and Gabby. Wow. Oh my gosh. Welcome to the fam, everybody. That's so exciting. Hi. Hello.
The family is growing. And okay, so we mentioned in the live episode that, we have over 200 magical family members, and it's been really, really magical. We finally broke the next threshold, Megan. We are over 300 magical family members.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Wow. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here and wanting to listen to us and your support and wanting to listen to the bonus episodes. Oh my gosh, we really appreciate it. It's so awesome to have you here and just to keep sharing the Disney magic with you guys. Thank you.
It was so affirming getting to meet so many of you also at D23 also. So many of you were coming up saying, oh my gosh, we love your content. We love the podcast. And it was so amazing. Such a blessing. And we really, really appreciate it. And me and Megan kind of talked about this, about how I was so shocked that so many people were coming up to us saying, oh my goodness, thank you for being so positive. And I was like,
yes,
what side of the TikTok are y'all on that you are not on that? But then Megan's like, no, Danielle, you just do a good job of staying away from the dark side of TikTok. And I'm grateful that we could be that light and be so like positive and family friendly and like come and hang out with us. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. We really do try. We try to be, as positive as possible, keep things light and magical. Cause we obviously know that there's some negative accounts out there, or there's some people that don't necessarily like to do that, which is, again, it's totally fine. Everyone's allowed to do it with their content, what they'd like. But, we do try to keep it positive, as we know, just there are lots of things going on in the world, so we try to be the light for y'all. That's our goal. So thank you for mentioning that, and just following along. And we also just want to thank our Patreon family. We thank you for being here. It is a way to access our bonus episodes that we do every other week. We do have our bonus countdown. Sometimes we even have a bonus episode where we're just walking around the parks. We just finished, and actually I think we posted the episode where we were in the car. Danielle and I were very fortunate to go up and take a tour of the Walt Disney Studios in Burbank. So we decided to just record an episode in the car on the way up.
Hey, we had a drive. It was our one downtime that we had during the entire weekend. We're like, you know what? Clip it on. Let's go.
We're stuck in LA traffic. Let's just talk. Let's talk D23. And we actually did post that for everyone just to give you guys a little glimpse into what those bonus episodes look like. But we will be having some that are exclusively for our Patreon members, paid subscribers. So if you want to join the Patreon fam, we do have the link in our episode notes, and there are different tiers that you can join. So depending on what you like, we have it for you. And but we do have a lot of fun. We have virtual hangs over there every month. We do giveaways. We have the Discord, which is super fun. We have fun memes on there that people like to, post and make. And
like I'm saying, me and the panda onesie, wouldn't that be a great addition to the Discord channel?
1000% agree.
It could be very hectic. It could be a lot.
I think it'd be great. I love it. I think that's a great idea. And we also have, you can actually join our live recordings. We have people in the chat right now who are part of our live recording. So hello everybody once again. And so you can see us record this live, and that includes all of the bloopers and technical difficulties that we sometimes experience. So you get to witness that
the
live,
random
which is
Kevin
very
attacks,
fun.
One of the two.
Or the random Kevin attacks, exactly. So yeah, there's and more info about our Patreon or paid subscriber, of course.
Yes.
Yay!
All right. Well, okay. We talked a lot in the bonus episode about D23. Were there any major things that we missed? Well, some info has kind of come out and some new speculations, even since we filmed that last episode. The Disney World has been a chattering and has been a talking with each other and really digesting these concept art images and like zooming in. Like we do a pretty good job of snooping, right? Like a pretty good job. But some people are like enhance image, and are like zooming in on every detail. And now people are thinking that over in Disneyland, Pandora might not be going to the back lot. It could be taking over Grizzly.
Which is a very, very strong possibility. Yeah. And I looking and reflecting on that, because they did compare the concept art and the layout of each, and there are some similarities, I will say, in terms of the sizing and how the Way of Water land looks, and just the fact that it kind of makes sense. They have a water attraction already right there. They literally could retheme it and make it it
has the plumbing
ride.
It has the water access is already right there. You're literally just unplugging it and plugging it back in. It could very well be done.
I don't know how the infrastructure of the bear looks, but they could completely like build something up over it or do something else with it. And it's possible, y'all. It pains me to say it because I am a DCA fan from 2001. I've always loved it. I love the park, and Grizzly would be one of the last things that has been there since park opening that they would get rid of.
Because they stopped
we'd have Jumpin' Jellyfish and Golden Zephyr would be the last two things. So,
well, and I feel like out of the areas, they've stopped using the Grizzly Rock logo in a lot of things like that. They've slowly faded that out, and they're using the wheel now instead.
Yes, and that was a big part of their original logo, which I was looking back because there were pins available at D23 that had it was the vintage logo on it. And they have moved away from the bear. I honestly do think this is a full part of their plan to rename the park. I don't think they want to name it California Adventure anymore. That's just part of my theory.
That would make sense.
And this is the last area that they would need to basically scrap. They'd also have to rename Hollywood, which they fully intend to do. This would be a huge like move towards that. Again, y'all.
Well, because then the Coco attraction could go in over there next to Muppets or where Muppets used to be.
It could, because it just wouldn't be Hollywood anymore, or they would be kind of trying to get or phase out Hollywood Boulevard, and or we're also speculating that Coco could go into where Sonoma Terrace is, and the Vineyard restaurant. So. Again, all speculation, complete theory. This is not confirmed. We are just after D23 and after looking at the concept art, we are like, okay, we are seeing some similarities because they could completely get rid of the Redwood Creek and Grizzly River Run and use that area specifically for Avatar because it is a big area.
Right.
And there already are water features available for them there. So potentially, yes, this could be a step into renaming the park because they're doing that in Paris. It's going to be renamed, next year or 2026, I can't remember, but they will be.
I want to say it was 2026, so you still have.
I think it's 2026.
You still have a full year.
Yeah. So, and the Avatar is not going to land in DCA until at least, 2027? It's going to take a long time for them to build that. April in the chat says we'd lose Villains Grove. We would lose Villains Grove, unfortunately, and It's sad. It's sad to see. Again, it hurts my little California heart because I've watched that park from the beginning and seen all of the transformations. So having it be renamed too would be like, it would sting just a little bit, but I still love her. And I don't know. But all theory. It's all speculation. So we'll wait and see.
We're just speculating.
We're just talking. However, I was gonna say over in World, there's speculation about the Monsters Inc. land, and there's also the not the backlash, but just the reaction from getting rid of Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer's Island in Magic Kingdom to make way for the Cars ride. Right,
and we talked about that. Well, did we talk about, I talked about this with Cole and Kaylee in the car ride back. Did we talk about the plumbing issues that I foresee in Frontierland?
I think we did.
I think we did.
I think we discussed that.
I don't know. Well, oh yes, we did. Cause I mentioned that we could have a real poop river over in Liberty Square. But when it comes to the Muppet side of stuff and who's the rap? That's supposedly like the news channel that talked about this.
Yes.
Are they real? Are they legit?
No, isn't it like a tabloid kind of thing?
Oh, then why is everybody quoting them as if they know something? Y'all
No,
best
it's not
bippity
real.
boppity back up. We don't know diddly squat.
No,
Okay.
it's editorial. It's all opinions. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the Wrap posted like Disney tips shuttering Muppets Vision 3D, devastating move, exclusive, the closing of Hollywood Studios attraction, Jim Henson final performance nearing mere hours after Disney Experience held its first showcase. Like they're claiming that like they scrapped it last minute. I don't necessarily believe that, because if you look at the concept art, we saw two things of concept art. One concept art does have the water tower in the background that is over in Muppets.
Mm-hmm.
The other one matches the other courtyard. I still think that they're still in, like, just because it's happening doesn't mean that they've decided on anything yet. They're still in the concept art phases, and no Earth has officially moved on this project yet.
No, and it won't move for a while.
Right. And I think based off of the Muppet backlash that has been happening online, and everybody's just like, take Star Tours. No, or not Star Tours. Take
Launch Bay.
Launch Bay. Take it. Nobody wants it. It's a carcass. And I actually mentioned, this I did mention to Cole and Kaylee, not to you. This would be an awesome opportunity for the Imagineers to put in some really hardcore deep cuts and hidden references if it goes into Launch Bay. Because Launch Bay was the animation building where Mulan, Brother Bear, Lilo and Stitch, Roger Rabbit episodes were all created in, right? So that was the Disney World Animation Studio.
Yeah.
They could hide references of monster versions of all these movies and episodes that were created in this building inside the monsters world. That would be hilarious.
How cool would that be? I know. I would love that. That'd be so good. Like, little Easter eggs here and there would be amazing.
Like, pay more homage to it than what's currently there with Star Wars Launch Bay.
Which for both of us is a whole lot of nothing. So, I would be thrilled if you got that over in your Launch Bay. I don't know what's happening in ours. It's just sitting there. So yeah, I just feel like also with that art, especially with that like pathway leading up to the monsters building, the whatever it is, what do you call it? The factory, the oh my god,
It'd be the factory.
Is it the factory? Yeah.
Or the power plant.
It just seems like that would be the thing that they would use, because with over there by Muppet, I don't feel like they probably could build like maybe behind it, but there's not a ton of room over there. So Launch Bay, it just makes sense with the layout, in my opinion, on how that would be
I
constructed.
agree.
Yeah.
I'm
As
also
using
thinking
hand motions
of the power supply, because Rise of the Resistance and that side of the park already goes down so much because the power cannot be distributed properly throughout the park. So putting it over and like pushing it over there towards that corner of the park, I feel like would level out the balance a little bit instead of pushing it all to the far left side. And it would be too much. Like that entire side of the park would keep shutting down and not be able to function.
Exactly. You'd have two major attractions trying to work right next to each other, and it would be tough. I agree.
Yeah.
So having it on that end, it would kind of complete the park in a way. Besides, I mean, Star Tours is, that's on the other side, but it would just be really nice to have that sort of an attraction on that side,
Right.
With the suspended coaster, which is Disney's first ever, which is very exciting. I'm a big coaster nerd, so I would be going on that. I don't know if Danielle would.
I don't know. If it's like a little swingy and it's like not super droppy, then maybe. But if there's any major drops, I'll be like, haha, no. Or maybe like once, like what I did for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. I'll go on it like if I'm feeling super brave, but that's it.
Right. It kind of looks like the Pteranodon ride at Universal that I think it's shutting down permanently. It kind of looks like that, but I don't think that's what it's going to be. I think it'll be an actual like large coaster. Yeah.
Danielle's nervous. She's excited, but she's nervous.
It'll be fun. Monsters Inc. again is a fantastic concept for a land. In terms of who came out ahead out of the parks or experiences showcase, I think it was Walt Disney World, just because I'm so excited for our two new Avengers Campus rides that are coming. We knew that King Thanos attraction was going to be here eventually. We did see obviously an intro to the preview of the ride vehicle. But the fact that we're getting another attraction right next to it, which is an Iron Man attraction, is very cool. I don't really know what that entails. I don't know if it's like this like small little attraction, kind of like Mater's is, or if it's going to have screens like Harry Potter. We just know that this thing, like this arm, is supposed to grab you and take you up and around. So that
one also makes Danielle nervous too.
a little bit, right? It's like, it's kind of like just, was it just gonna move you up and down? Like, I don't know what's happening there. But we'll see. Again, it's gonna take a couple of years for that to be built. And we're also getting a Walt Disney animatronic, which is going to rotate in and out of Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln next year. Which is, whoa.
That's pretty cool.
That's kind of
That
nuts.
actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And apparently they've been wanting to do this for a long time. So Walt Disney, the man himself, is coming to Disneyland, which is, yeah, I agree. It is pretty cool to his OG park.
If you look at the concept art, it's going to be on the rotating stage. It'll rotate on the other side will be Mr. Lincoln, and then Walt will be on the other side. It'll probably have a screen too, so it'll probably cut in between a couple of different things leading up to like the World's Fair and some history. Walt coming out and talking about it. That's coming out for the 70th anniversary of Disneyland.
Yeah.
Very exciting. And as soon as it comes out, that I will be having to make a trip back to Disneyland for that specifically. I will have to.
I think so. I think you will. Yeah, because it is going to be pretty cool. I mean, I am excited to see that. But yeah, we have some people in the chat that are saying, what about Tomorrowland? And I know that was definitely a takeaway from the showcase.
That was the mumbling that was happening when we were leaving the Honda Center. People were already like, well, we didn't hear anything about Tomorrowland. We didn't hear anything about Tomorrowland. And that was for both coasts, either Disney World or Disneyland.
I know.
And Megan and I were talking about that too, of if they're going to do anything, they're going to have to do some hardcore tearing down and then putting back up. And I think they're like, if we don't touch it, maybe it won't get angry at us and not everything will break. Because if they start tearing stuff down in Tomorrowland, with how old Disneyland's is and how old Disney World is and how quickly they threw those things together, it's a whole... you'll have to shut down the entire land.
Right. And it's a very, very tricky subject for Disney right now because Iger is a forward-thinking man. He only thinks about the future and what's next coming to the parks. He doesn't want to focus on the past. And unfortunately, Tomorrowland is the past. Unlike its name, it's very ironic. But sure. Tomorrowland, except for Tron and Magic Kingdom, is sadly just kind of on the back burner right now. Just because, for at least for us, as far as I've heard, this is all speculation. I'm just throwing it out there. This is a theory that the team that was supposed to work on Tomorrowland is now working on Avatar. That's just the theory. That's what I've heard. That's what's been going around the rumor mill. Because yes, our CEO Iger that's what he wanted. That's what he wanted to focus on. So Tomorrowland, sadly, will just be sitting there just a little bit. For I don't know how long, and we will just still have those tracks above our Tomorrowland that are just for show. It's
a beautiful banner holder.
She is a great banner holder. Yes, and so yeah. Well, maybe in the next 10 or 15 years, something will happen to her, and we'll get something on the tracks, or the tracks will be torn down. I don't know. Yeah.
You would have to shut down the entire land because it's all connected to each other.
The whole land, literally, it goes all around Tomorrowland in
through
Star
show
Tours,
buildings,
in Pizza Planet, through exactly like it goes in and around. So yeah, no, you're absolutely right. We are working against time and just ancient material that's from 70 years ago for us, and with Disney World, you are working against the sinkholes. So there's that.
So many things, so many fun things to worry about. Oh, good to see it. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting.
Yes, and I know Debbie's saying, I feel like there's a whole lot of people that want Avatar in Disneyland. Debbie, you might be right about that. I will see. I don't know. I personally couldn't get through the second movie, so I'm sorry. I got a little bored. Maybe I'm just not an Avatar person. I don't know. I think there are some people that are excited.
I think
it looks
with
cool,
how
but the concept art.
immersive the Disney World version is, I think Disneyland just wants another immersive land just like Batu. And
yeah,
this is their easiest way to be able to do it because the world's already built out for them. They just have to work with somebody else with the concept art that side of the studio.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm begging some third party company to step in and be like, we'll take over Tomorrowland. We will pay to put the people mover back or put something on the tracks or tear them down, put something else up. I'm just begging someone who like has a lot of money to say, we can do Tomorrowland. You guys don't have to worry about it. We'll provide. Anyway, one can dream. So yeah. Anyways, okay. So that's D23. We also the Dapper Danielle, and this was in part it was due to our producer Danny, who knows somebody, has a friend, and was able to get us a reservation for dinner at Club 33. So it was the Dapper Danielle's first time at the Disneyland Club. Yes, very fun. It was a really, really good dinner.
I took a lot of pictures, or at least the ones that I could take, because I have been blessed enough to be invited also to the one here in Disney World, and like you can't take any photos of anything in Disneyland, in Disney Worlds, like any of them, but in Disneyland's you can, as long as other people aren't in the background and only of certain things, like at the main lobby area, the main picture spots. So for me, I was like, oh, this is so exciting. I love this idea. So yeah, y'all will see those on the Insta spam because I took a lot.
Yes. It was very fun. A very lovely evening. Corbin Blue walked right in front of us and I was geeking out a little bit. So that was kind of cool. It was,
Not to talk about who was there, but he was there. And then Cole and Kaylee were in the lounge that same night. They had a full-on conversation with John Stamos and Dan Povenmire.
Yep, they did.
And totally the guy that created Lorcana. They were all hanging out in there. Yeah. And Cole's like, well, while you guys were doing the sit-down side, and we were over here doing this. And I was just like, I love that for all of us. And we had a fantastic dinner, hang out with Danny and his wife. And then we also had a dinner with DJ, who is super, super cool. It was great.
It was really, really fun. Yes. So overall, a lovely weekend, so much fun, and so much news coming out from Disney. Just the hype was real.
The hype was real.
Energy was electric. So, all right. Well, Danielle, I think it is time for us to introduce our wonderful guest to the episode. Shall we bring in Magic with Meg?
Yes, because we need to talk a little bit about D23 with her too. So let's bring her on in.
And play a game. Let's go.
Woo!
We are so pleased and honored and happy to welcome Meg from Magic with Meg to the Disney Countdown Show. Hi, Meg, my name twin.
Hello, name twin. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for being on, especially for this very special episode. We couldn't think of a better person to have on for this particular countdown. We are so excited to hear your top 5 Star Wars movies, because Star Wars is you. You were the person I turned to for Star Wars content, especially women in Star Wars. There is a video that you made, oh my gosh, I think it was a few months ago, that was so beautiful, and I think it resonated with so many people. Definitely, especially women who love Star Wars.
It was that viral audio of people complaining about women in Star Wars,
bashing women in Star Wars.
Yes.
And Meg did the most beautiful clap back in this like beautiful montage of videos and photos, and everybody was Ashley. Just like, yes, this is it. It was beautiful. It was amazing.
So thank you so much for being here. Yeah.
Thank you. It was amazing to see everyone kind of take that on and follow suit, and just see all the women of Star Wars and the fandom just create their own versions of it. I was just sitting at home like crying at all of it. I was like not expecting that. It was great.
I love that so much.
It's so special, and it's so important, for the women in the fandom who love Star Wars. So that was it was so beautiful. So very well done. And thank you for that.
Thank you.
And now, Meg, me and Megan had talked earlier in this episode about we're coming back from D23. We're getting back into a routine of everything. How are you doing, Boo? Let's just do a check-in real quick. How's it going? I know you were running on the Kim Kardashian life too of bus, club, another club, no sleep,
Yes,
just like we were.
No sleep, catching up on sleep, or trying to, but honestly, I'm just like relishing in all of the magic that was D23. It's hard to come off and back to regular life because that is like, it's another world. It's incredible.
How did you get all started into this Star Wars universe and Disney universe? I want to know about yours. Yes.
Yeah,
I feel like I can pinpoint everything to the Disney College program. I'm from Maryland originally. I went to college in Maryland, but I took a semester to work for Disney at the Disney College program. And after that, it was like always my goal to
So
end
where
up
did
here.
you make magic at?
The glamorous Pinocchio Village house.
See, y'all,
Nice.
if you end up working your college program time at Pinocchio Village House and you survive, just like Meg, you too can be part of the social media community and be reigning queen in Star Wars world. So what year were you in the college program?
2016. I was a baby. It was my first job. I didn't think I was going to get in. I thought I had heard you had to apply multiple times. It was my first time ever applying. It was kind of crazy.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And now, so by 2016, Batuland was not announced yet.
No, actually, the launch bay had just opened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like that was so much longer ago.
And they used to have a Star Wars fireworks show that was amazing. Like, it was crazy good.
Yes. Oh, I remember that.
This was like they had just debuted Chewbacca and they were getting his like voice to work. So the first few times I met Chewie, he was silent. And then one time he just suddenly made his little like Chewbacca roar at me and I cried and it was so embarrassing. There's a picture of it somewhere.
Meeting Chewie for the first time is a core memory for sure in Launch Bay.
Yeah.
100%.
Best hugs. I would visit him weekly.
I think me and Megan just did a countdown also of our favorite meet and greet characters. And I think we both said Chewbacca or at least some of the Star Wars characters on our list. So we get it.
I went dark side and I said Vader. That was, but you said, I think you lumped yours in, Danielle, with like majority of the Galaxy's Edge
majority
characters.
Of them.
And Chewie is
they're
in there,
so great. They're so interactive.
I don't think I didn't include Darth Vader because I thought he was too intimidating sometimes.
He's scary.
And he's also
you're like, oh.
Right, and he's in a separate area of the park. At least in Disneyland, he is in Launch Bay. He's in a completely separate
Disney
area of
World
yours
too.
as well. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For Hollywood Studios, yeah. No, Vader is a whole nother experience in itself. It's so fun.
It is. It's fun, but nothing beats a Chewie hug.
Nothing beats a Wookiee hug. That's for sure. Oh.
It's true. Unless the kid before you had really sticky hands and then it sticks to his
you
fur.
felt that? Oh my gosh. I've never experienced that.
I think I had some kind of lollipop juice or something on me afterwards. It just transferred. It just spreads like crazy. It was nasty.
Oh my.
That's only happened once, thankfully, though.
That's never happened to me.
Oh man. I hope he gets a good old deep clean, a good old Chewy bath at the end of the day. Hope that he deserves it after all the hugs.
They have to brush him or something.
Right?
Well, do you have, so besides Chewbacca, do you have a favorite character to meet in Batuu while roaming around?
That's a little
we have
bit
more
of
over here. You can say Land's Galaxy's Edge because we have more.
That too.
I have been very jealous of Disneyland, but I've been really lucky to be there every time a special character has been out. I was there on the day that Chopper and Hera Syndulla made their debut. I don't think they're there anymore, but I say that was probably my best meet and greet day moment ever. That was really amazing.
Is a good one. Chopper is fun. I think sometimes he still comes. It's very rare, but I think they do let him loose a little bit. Hera not so much. Hera was special. Yeah. Chopper's awesome to meet. Yeah.
During D23, did you go into the Imagineering booth and just hang out with the BDX droids?
Oh my God,
I didn't make it in there at all.
Are you serious?
Oh my
No,
God.
but I did see them at Disneyland. I've spent
Good.
a good bit of time with them at Disneyland.
Okay. Okay. See, I
They are
missed
my
them when they
favorite.
were actually in the park, so I had to go into the Imagineering booth, and I'm just like standing there multiple times, just
They're
staring at
so
these little
cute.
goose butt droids, and they're so
Did
funny.
they hop for you? Did they do a
They
little, like,
did, and they did the little
hop
bouncy
is
bouncy
so
dance.
bounce and they
cute.
shake.
and the
Yeah.
little like wiggle?
The wiggles.
So cute.
The cutest thing ever.
And they have this little like flashlight on them too, where they look like they're scanning you.
Scanning
and
you, they like look
the
you up and
Imagineering
down.
booth was so dark, it actually showed up really, really well.
Whoa.
That's
It was
cool.
very cool looking.
Yeah.
That's
That was a
amazing.
good-
Oh,
that
I
was a
wish I
good
would have
booth.
gone in there.
Mm-hmm.
You were
I
too
didn't make it
busy.
past the Lucasfilm booth most of the time. I was
Yes,
there a
and
lot.
speaking of which, and I was so jealous, Meg got to meet Manny Jacinto from The Acolyte. Oh my gosh, which is so amazing. I
was
fangirl
such
over
a
him every
surprise.
time. Oh, I can't. Yeah, I know.
Oh.
It didn't say meet and greet. It just said that he was
No.
doing a an interview. So
Yeah.
that's so cool. I've been a fan of him since The Good Place, and I was so happy for
too.
him. Seeing him on The Acolyte and seeing him in that role and like the twist and everything.
So different.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I was like, oh, he's such a good actor. I was so
Yes,
happy.
the
for him. Yeah.
range. He was so kind, so friendly, wonderful to everybody. It was such a surprise. We were just in there watching the panel, and they said everyone with the wristband is now getting in line to meet him, and we were just the collective like jaw on the floor.
That's
Amazing.
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 It was the best.
And now, the amazing outfit that you wore, did you get to meet him while you were wearing your Mandalorian Vanellope, or what were you wearing?
She was
Unfortunately, I was in my Tafiti outfit. So
and he asked you
no.
what you were, right?
Yes. he was like, I love the outfit. What is this?
Different
And you're like,
universe.
I'm an island from Moana.
I had the lounge fly, so I was able to kind of like, I was like, I'm Tafiti from Moana, and he's like, oh, but I'm not sure he knew what I was talking.
He probably's never
But he was
seen
a
the
good sport.
movie.
But he
Probably
has
not.
he has
I don't
a
know.
daughter, so I don't know.
Yeah, maybe there's hope. Maybe there's hope. But he said he liked it, so
That's amazing. Oh, I love it.
I was so ashamed because I was in a Star Wars outfit every other moment of the entire 3 days.
I know.
So, and I told
The
him I
one
was
time.
horrified that that's what I was wearing.
Still so cool. Oh, that's amazing. And I have one more question before we get into anything else. I know Danielle and I were talking about how we got started with Star Wars in our lifetimes, and how actually both of our parents kind of did the same thing for us. We started with the movies from the 70s, and then we didn't do it in the episode order. Do you know what I mean? We like started with the older ones and then moved into the prequels, and of course, obviously, we watched all of the recent ones as well. So how did it get started for you? Do you remember your first time watching a Star Wars movie? I'm sure you were very young.
Yeah, I watched them in chronological order. So I started with The Phantom Menace.
Okay.
So
okay.
completely different than you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Good.
This is
That's
why
what
we
I was
ask these
wondering.
questions. It's good to know.
Because everyone has a
Yeah.
different experience with it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I loved the first three, but well, I don't want to spoil my countdown, my ranking, but when I hit the original trilogy, that's when I was like, my life was forever changed.
Right. Yeah.
Whole
yeah.
personality dedicated to that.
Yep. Same. I think I don't know. I don't want to speak for Danielle. Of course, you can chime in. But watching the first ones, I was like, this is so stinking cool. I love this, and so watched all the prequels in theaters and all that. So yeah. Oh, but that's so awesome. Yay. Okay. All right. Well, I think Chris, our producer, Chris, our game master, do you have a game for us today?
Yes, I do have a game.
Hooray!
I will say this for fun. No one's asked me, but my first exposure to Star Wars was Spaceballs.
Really?
Are you serious?
Before
Yeah.
you saw the regular Star Wars, you saw the parody first?
That's
So I just figured that like Star Wars was like a less funny version of Spaceballs.
a more serious version. That's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
okay, this is okay, I guess.
That's like saying your intro was to like the Family Guy Star Wars episodes or something.
Yeah.
Oh, the Family Guy Star Wars episodes are kind of funny, though.
They're
and
pretty
I don't
funny.
even like
I haven't
Family
seen
Guy.
You haven't seen them, Meg? Oh, they're pretty funny.
No, I haven't.
I think I don't really love crude humor like Family Guy, but that one I was just like, that was
They-
pretty good.
they
You would
do a
probably
good
love
job.
it, Meg.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll go watch it tonight.
Let's play a game. This is going to be Star Wars dis or dat.
Oh.
Oh,
This is-
okay.
Yeah, this is going to be a loose one. We're just going to chat. I'll give you two things. You'll just say dis or dat.
Okay.
So, and you can explain it. Feel free to talk about it. Talk through your logic.
On things. This might go really well or really, really rough.
Really
This
bad.
could be tough. This could be tough.
I have 4 that we'll get through. Let's start with something easy. BB-8 or the BDX droids.
That is not easy.
BDX
I'll go
droids.
BB-8.
I said, oh my, no, wait, no.
Okay, BDX
I
droids
feel like he
win
rolls around.
only because they waddle. And if you waddle it and put it to the Aristocats goose music, it's the cutest thing ever. So that's why they win.
All
Has
right,
somebody
all
done
right.
that? Because I need to see it.
I think somebody did. I don't
I'll have to
think the
look it
video
up.
went viral. And I'm like, this
Oh,
needs to go
It should
viral.
have, because I haven't seen it. Yeah.
Oh.
I like that
I'll say
BB-8 has a movie. Yeah.
BB-8 does,
That's
he has
true.
many movies. BDX,
Yeah.
I will say for the experience, I've met BB-8 a few times in the parks, but he does only stay put and he just moves his little head. So BDX will be my answer because I had a great experience with them.
Very
I feel
cool.
bad for that.
All right, let's moving on to weapons of the dark side. Kylo Ren's lightsaber or Darth Maul's saber staff.
Darth Maul's
Malls,
saber staff.
malls.
Meg, no hesitation, immediately was Darth Maul saber staff. That's it.
He's my favorite dark side character, so nothing kind of beats that moment in A Phantom Menace when he ignites both sides.
See, but that
That's
makes
just
sense
coolest thing
because that
ever.
was the first one that
Yeah.
that was your first bad guy.
Yeah. Kylo's is
Okay.
really cool. It is a cool saber, but I don't know.
I don't think anything beats malls, especially
Yeah.
especially what he can do with it. Oh my gosh,
Oh. Yeah.
I'm
He
going
is
to
cool.
actually say Kylo's only because when I was a kid and we were playing lightsabers, right? And of course, somebody's like, oh, we're going to have the Darth Maul one and all this other stuff. All the other little neighbor boys would make fun of me because I didn't know how to twirl it correctly. And so I'd actually cut off my leg when I twirled it. And they'd be like, you're dead now. I'm like, it's just a flesh wound. Well, I added in that last part. But so I feel like I could control Kylo Ren's sabers a little bit better.
I get that. I get
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a really random tangent.
I feel like
but yes.
they're both maybe a little complicated because the parts that stick out of Kylo's, I feel, could also be dangerous. Like
That's
Right,
Yes,
like if
he
you
has the
moved it this way,
little-
your wrist would like
too close
hit
to
it.
your body. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
in the rib cage.
You know, it just shave off part of the thigh and it would cauterize it at the same time. It's fine. That's why I
Right.
gotta lose the weight anyway.
I always thought Kylo's would like hurt you over the other person. Like what are those things gonna do sticking out the side? Are you gonna
Right.
like I don't know.
Well,
it's
what's the
it's a
function?
sword thingy there. Like, so if it came down, it would catch it. Right?
Okay.
Am I wrong? You're like, yeah, sure, Danielle.
I feel like
you're
it's
fine.
more for the looks. I feel it's just.
I think it's more for the looks too.
It's for the merch. We all know it's for the merch.
It
Yeah.
is for the merch. All right.
Moving
What's
on,
next?
let's talk Obi-Wan's Ewan McGregor or Alec McGuinness.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
I mean,
McGregor is
Ewan
like,
has a lot of.
yes.
Yeah, I know. He has the
Yeah.
advantage because he's in so much more movies and he has his own TV show. I gotta
Yeah,
say
I'm
Ewan.
gonna-
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Ewan. I did meet Ewan recently,
And Meg met him. Yeah.
and he was lovely.
It's the
And we do. I
accent.
feel like we just get to know him better.
Mm-hmm.
But Alec is the OG, and I have
Alec is
so
the
much
OG.
respect for that.
I think Ewan played the role so well, and he did such a
Yeah.
good like homage to Alec and his brilliance in the role first. So I do love Obi-Wan, the younger Obi-Wan. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
he did such
Because
a
if you're
good
gonna
job.
do an Obi-Wan impression, you're gonna do a McGregor
Ewan's.
impression.
Yeah.
His hello
Hello
there,
there.
yeah. Mhm. So good.
That's hard though.
Well,
Hmm.
last one. This I was pretty proud when I came up with a name for this one.
Oh no.
This is the Battle of the Bros.
Ooh.
Okay.
The Mandalorian or Poe Dameron.
Ooh. Pedro or Oscar? Okay. Dang. This
I'm
is
gonna go
hard.
Mandalorian.
You're gonna go Mando?
Yeah.
Mando? I'm gonna go
probably
Mando
say
too.
Mando also. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
armor, Grogu.
It's
Yeah.
the voice too.
The
You know,
voice.
Grogu.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Poe has BB-8, but yeah.
There's just something about the Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something.
Right.
Even like people who don't love all of Star Wars love the Mandalorian.
That
Very
is a
true.
good point.
There's just something
Yeah.
about it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Not bad, Chris.
Well, that was
Not
it.
bad.
Now
That was
we're
the
all
game.
thinking about Pedro
That
and
was
Oscar.
great.
It's
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
I
continue to
think
think
it
about
got
them
us
if you
thinking
want.
about the announcement of the movie that's coming out, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
the one with the title that is not straightforward at all and very deceiving
Very
about what it's going to
creative
be
title.
about. Yeah,
It's very
very
creative.
ambiguous.
Was
Yeah.
that your number one complaint, Meg, when you heard the title?
Oh, it's.
What
I
is it?
think
Just
it's
Mandalorian?
I think it's just like I don't want to bash it too hard, but it's like we could have come up with a better title.
Yeah.
And we could, John. I'm sorry, but it's okay. It's gonna be great. I'm so excited.
There's no questions about who it's about.
No.
Right?
We're
And
getting
maybe it's to literally tie, and I think I might have told you this, Megan. I assume it's to, like, if people search in Mandalorian and Grogu, that movie is what is going to keep popping up. And for those that aren't familiar with Star Wars,
yeah.
it'll be easy search.
They're totally about the
Easy
SEOs.
SEO.
It's all about the SEOs. Yes, 100%. They're getting ready for the promo for the movie, so I get it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be good. I'm excited for
It's
more
gonna be
Grogu
so
in my
good.
life. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, Chris. That was a lot of fun.
Yes,
Made us
thank you.
think and
Yes,
we're-
thank you.
Feel bad a little bit,
You're
but it was
making us
great.
choose
Yeah.
between our droid sons. I see what you're
Our
doing.
droid
It's fine.
sons. That was hard. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Chris, for the game. We appreciate it, making us make hard decisions. But I think the fans are going to be questioning my choices on some of my top 5 because choices were made. So we want to hear it from the Star Wars professional that people are going to be like, yes, Meg knows what she's talking about. Don't listen to Danielle. So we want to know what your top 5 Disney movies are.
Star Wars movies.
Star Wars movies.
Yeah,
Not
It is
it's
Disney.
funny
Disney. It
you
is
say
Disney.
that.
That's cute. Star Wars is Disney now, so no worries. But yeah.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I don't think there's a right ranking, and I feel like I'm gonna ruffle some feathers.
I
Oh,
say that,
no,
Meg.
that's
I say
good,
that
that's
every
good.
time. I think it's all about your opinions. It's all about the hot takes. We love it.
Yeah.
So this is the
Okay.
bread and butter. I'm so
I'm a little
excited
nervous.
to hear it. You got this. What is your number 5?
I'm gonna put Attack of the Clones in number 5, which I think is my hottest take.
That was my number 5.
Really?
Oh, wait, I can't say that because this is before our countdown. Cut that out, Chris. Cut that out. Sorry, I just got really excited. Anyway, continue, Meg. Sorry. I'm gonna shut up.
I know it's a hot take because people have their opinions on it, but there's just so much in Attack of the Clones that I love. And as a Clone Trooper stan, that's like the first time you see the Clone Troopers. And that's just
That's so
magical. Like
cool.
it has to be in the top 5 for that, but also all of Padme's outfits, and it's so romantic.
Oh my god, her
Just
outfit.
about
It's so
to say
romantic.
that. The wardrobe
outfits.
alone.
Oh,
Mm.
so
Stunning.
I watch it every Valentine's Day because it's just romantic. Like
With
there's just something
Anakin
about
and
it.
Padme's song. I know. It's so
Yes.
good. I love that song. Ugh.
Yeah.
Great
So
choice.
that's why.
Do we know where the
I'm a huge fan.
Anakin and Padme scene where they're like out on the balcony? I've seen a couple TikToks of people recreating it of being
At Lake
like,
Como. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
where is that?
Italy.
Italy.
Oh.
My parents went there without me. I was like, okay, that's
I
fine.
would
That's
love
fine.
to go
I'm
and
s- I-
recreate
oh,
that scene.
That's a bucket list. Absolutely.
I want to
Yeah.
wear her dress in that location.
Mhm.
Get the wind flowing dramatically. It'd be gorgeous.
Yes. Oh man, that's a great choice. I'm a huge supporter of Attack of the Clones. I did watch it recently. My fiance and I watched the prequels recently again, and I was just enthralled the whole time. It's like, dang,
It
these
keeps your
actually are
attention.
really entertaining. It's so good.
Yes.
Yay. Okay. And how about
Right.
your number
What about
4?
number 4?
I'm gonna put Empire Strikes Back at number 4, which I don't think will surprise anybody that it's in the top 5, but that it's in 4 instead of like 1. Might be
Yeah,
surprising.
Empire at 4. Okay.
I love I have to preface this. All of these movies I love so much, and I would not ever disagree with
These are
anybody's
all my
ranking.
children. I love them
Yes,
equally.
I love
I'm
them
just putting
all
in a
so
list because
much.
Megan and Danielle said so.
The reason it doesn't like take top tier for me, I guess, is because it's not my favorite one to rewatch out of all of them for some
Mhm.
reason. But it definitely
It de-
belongs in the top. I think I know it's like arguably the best Star Wars movie because it has that "I am your father" moment,
The classic
and
moments.
it's
yeah.
so good. It's so good. It's just not one that I'm like pressing play on the most.
And
I
that's,
think-
again, totally fine, you know?
I would 100% agree with that because there's like, I feel there's some really great iconic scenes in that, but there are some moments where
Yes.
it does dip. And
Mhm.
I think even
Mhm.
growing up, I had a harder time watching that one, or I would rewind or fast forward to the certain clips I wanted to see.
Yeah, so I just did a 24-hour Star Wars movie marathon on May 4th, and this is the only one I fell asleep in a little bit. While watching. The only one.
Yeah. Yeah. It has its lulls. It has its lulls. That's for sure. Yeah. And I personally, like, I think during the Hoth scene, I don't like when they have to like cut open the thing to like live,
Yeah.
like survive.
I'm a
Not-
vegetarian, okay? I don't
Yeah,
love
exactly. Like,
steak.
it looks kind of real, and I'm like, nope, not a fan of
Yeah,
that.
it's kind of gross.
Kind of gross. But the rest of it, I do love Empire. I'm one of those that's like, yeah, that's one of the best. But
It is.
Um,
I know
yeah.
it is.
right.
I
But
know
yeah,
that
again,
it is.
it's all about personal preference. So that's totally okay. Love it. All right, moving on to number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, I'm gonna go Return of the Jedi because
Yay!
I love a good
the
finale.
Next one. Yay!
Iconic.
You could tell I'm an originals girl based off of my ranking.
Yep,
But there's
yep.
just something about that ending. It's just a magical culmination. It's a happy ending. The Ewoks. It's just great. The redemption of Anakin Skywalker.
right.
So good.
Okay. Did you ever do you remember seeing both versions of the Ghosties?
Yes, I was
the
just about to
end.
mention that, Danielle. With they added Hayden. Yep.
Yes,
Mhm.
I'm a big fan of the Hayden ghost, personally.
Love that version.
Same.
It really gets me.
That's a good one. And yes, it is. I'm a happy ending girly myself. So
Yes.
Return of the Jedi is, it's such a
I
good
cry.
movie.
I still cry every time. There's just something
Mhm.
about it. Seeing them all
I think
celebrate
it's
with the
the
Ewoks and the music at the
The
end.
music. Do they do fireworks? They have fireworks at the end, right? Something like that.
Yeah, yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I thought that was so cool.
Because they're celebrating like
It's
the
so
Death Star being
happy.
blown up and everything.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We did, and we had that resolution with Vader and
Yes,
Luke
the
too, which is
redemption of Anakin.
sad, but also nice, I guess.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
sad
when I was a
but
kid-
happy.
Like,
Mhm.
right when I was a kid, I was like, "No, just finish dragging him on the ship." And I
I know
got
that-
so angry at that point.
Save him.
Just
Yeah.
save him already. But no, it was what it was. But yes, I
Mhm.
think the music is really what hits home the most of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also
Mhm.
just seeing Luke not give in to the dark side in such an epic way.
Mm-hmm.
There's just something about it.
Even though he's wearing all black, it makes you think that he might, but he's
Mhm.
really not.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The wardrobe suggestion, but it's not.
Yeah, agreed.
Right.
Agreed. So good. Okay, getting down to it. Number 2.
Ooh.
Number 2, Revenge of the Sith.
Woo!
Your list is lining up really well with Megan's, I have a feeling.
Is it really?
I think I'm having reactions to all of these choices because they're just so good.
Yes. I mean, it's another finale, and it's not the happy ending, but it's
Mm-mm.
epic. It's, I think, the most epic out of all of them. Obi-Wan versus Anakin. It's like gut wrenching, and I just saw it in theaters, like on May 4th, and just seeing it at that size and with the theater vibrating, it was just. There's something
Amazing.
about it. Again, I cry
Mhm.
every time. It's
Ah,
tragic,
Me
but
too.
so good.
Oh my god. I just that Meg. Full transparency, and I say this to people I've like randomly sometimes. Revenge of the Sith is the first movie I ever cried in theaters.
Is it
Like,
really? I
I
don't think you've told me that.
Sobbing because, and it was specifically the part where Padme was crying because she was like, she saw him, you know, going to the dark side and was like, you're breaking my heart. I cried so hard.
Yes.
I had to be like 13 years old at this time and I was crying. Because for some reason, it didn't click or something. I mean, I was too young to realize that he was going to be Darth Vader. I don't know what was going on in my world. And I was like, oh, shoot.
There's no way this is Darth Vader.
That's Darth Vader. Yeah.
I feel like as a big Clone Wars fan too, I will say, like, I watched the prequels first and then I watched the originals and then the sequels. And then I went back and watched the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. And I feel like after seeing the Clone Wars, that's when my love of the prequels really started. And it just makes everything that much more devastating.
Yeah. That's
what
it
I heightens it for me. Yeah.
So since you watched them in order of like Phantom and then went forward with the movies, you weren't introduced to Darth Vader beforehand.
No. But I did know.
But you did know. Okay. I was going to be like, so like,
it's kind of hard not to know by my time I was watching it.
Yeah.
Because it's a big thing.
You're like, it's a big cultural thing. If you don't know, then like, have you been
like
under
you don't
a
even
rock?
have to. You've just heard, Luke, I am your father. Like, you know.
Yeah. He's a classic villain. Yes. Oh man, it's so good. Revenge of the Sith is amazing. Any movie that can get me frustrated, even knowing what's going to happen at the same time, I'm just like, don't do it, or like let him be a Jedi master.
I can't hear Battle of the Heroes without just like, it's gut wrenching.
Oh, it gives me chills.
Debbie is one of our Patreon listeners that's listening in on the chat right now. And she just said, I've not watched any except the originals. This is making me want to give the newer ones another try. You gotta now, because we're talking so much about it.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Especially the prequels.
I hope we didn't spoil anything too much.
Or I think the way we've been describing stuff is still like vague enough that like you have to know what we're talking about, or you're gonna go back through and watch and be like, oh, that's what they're talking about. Okay.
I think so too.
Okay, well, mission accomplished. You want to watch more?
Yes. So good.
So what about
also just amazing?
What about number one though, Meg?
Number one.
I don't know that this is going to surprise anybody. My number one is the first movie that ever came out, New Hope.
Yay!
Episode 4.
Oh, the one that started it all.
Yeah, you have to give respect where it's due. It's where it all started. This is the one that once I finished watching it, I was like, I will never be the same. Like, that was my everything. I watch it all the time. Leia's classic white dress. Chewbacca, like it's just all of it. There's a magic about it. Yes, there's just a magic. It's all.
I love going back and
fully agree.
Carrie Fisher's interviews from like a couple years ago of like her talking about the first movie, and I think those are so funny.
Yeah, she's hilarious. She was such a gift to all of us.
She was. Really,
I've read her. She has a book called The Princess Diarist, and it's so good. She gives such a look into her time as Princess Leia. It's really, I highly recommend
know
it.
that.
Yeah, she has a couple of books actually that are all great, and like her personality shines through so brightly. They're all really great.
I'm gonna have to look into those.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, Meg, thank you so much for being on the show. We so appreciate it. Absolutely loved your countdown, and just thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been this has been so much fun. I love a chance to talk about Star Wars.
And we're happy to provide that chance. So thank you again, and hope to see you very soon. I'm heading over to Walt Disney World actually in a couple days, so hope to see you over there. Yeah,
I probably will.
And actually, before we go, Meg, can you tell everybody where they can find you? On what socials are you on? And is there anything in particular that you want to plug as like, hey, this is coming up or anything? This is the time to do it.
I am on TikTok at Magic with Meg D, and I am on Instagram, Magic with Meg, and also YouTube, Magic with Meg. I feel like there's always something going on. Halloween season's coming up, and I have a lot of costumes in plan. I'll be going to Oogie Boogie, Mickey's Not So Scary, so
Yes, we didn't talk enough about Meg's outfits, y'all. Meg is the most spectacular. I wouldn't even call it like it's more than cosplay. It's like you add in this super stylish element with your makeup, with your outfits, with any accessories, and it's something that I can never ever do myself because I just don't have that brain. It's something so admirable. We try, right?
I've seen you both do excellent looks.
Danielle's incredible too. Yes.
Well, they're just on they're different sides of the fandom. So I feel like we have a good balance going on is what we're trying to do. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. But yes, if anything, y'all got to go check out Meg's videos because they are stunning with the outfits that she puts together. Really.
Yes. Go look at all of her D23 outfits that we just talked about. Go give some love to Vanellope and Mandalorian outfits. Great.
Thank you.
All right. All good? Yay. Thank you, Meg.
Of course.
Woohoo. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. I just love Meg. She's the best. Her content honestly just brings a smile to my face every time I see it. And she's just a bundle of joy. How could you not love her? She's awesome.
Again, the creativity is there.
Right? And I love her love for Star Wars. That's also, it kind of makes me appreciate it more. She's made some really, really good videos about like being a Star Wars fan, being a woman and a Star Wars fan. Really impactful. So I not much else to say. I just love it. She's amazing.
Well, all right, should we go ahead and get into our countdowns?
Yes, we should.
And I was just saying how I'm like, I created this list before talking with Meg, and now I'm like, we'll see what everybody thinks of our list too, Megan. They might be like, just like end the episode here. Just listen to what Meg has to say. Don't listen to what Danielle and Megan have to say. So, they could think that after this first.
It's fine. Danielle, this is why we have the countdowns. This is why it's the two of us doing this, because we have different opinions, different views, different experiences with these films or characters, what have you.
Yeah, we do. It's
and that is why. Yes, and that is why people love. I think people like seeing the contrast. So, would you like me to start us off, though? Would you like me to?
You start us off. Yes,
okay,
please do.
I can do that. Okay, so my number 5 is going to be Star Wars Episode 2: Attack of the Clones. Now, I have recently rewatched this movie and fell in love with it. I hadn't seen it for a very long time. And I was like, okay. Padme, what an absolute queen. Love her. And of course, this is when we were introduced to Hayden Christensen in his adult form. So I'm like, also love Hayden. There's Anakin right there.
I knew this was going to show up somewhere. I just didn't know it was going to be that number 5.
You know Hayden's in the top 5, of course. It's overall a really, obviously the prequels had their thing back in the day, but there is a newfound appreciation for them in modern day. So I love it. Very entertaining. All the fight scenes are really good. The lightsaber battles are really good. And yeah, that's why it's at number 5 for me. Love me some Obi-Wan too.
That is true. That is true. Okay. This is the one where people are going to be like, Danielle, like what's wrong with you? So I'm just going to go based off my gut and what I originally wrote down. Mine is the Star Wars Lego holiday special that came out in 2020.
Wait, what?
I think it was because it was 2020, right? It came out on Disney Plus. It is a Disney Plus like exclusive, and it's Disney Lego, and it's all themed around like Rey, Kylo, all of them, and like it does have a little bit of Darth Vader and the troopers in it too, because it's not like canon at all. It's just pure chaos, and it's themed around Christmas and Legos. And I think I
Yeah.
watched it and was just like, this is an acid trip. I'm here for it. And that's why it's sitting pretty at my number 5.
Okay. Yeah.
All my other choices after this are very serious, but I was like, no, I actually really enjoyed this one because it was just so goofy. And there was parts of it that I actually laughed at. And I was like, okay, that's why this is at number 5. It's because it did get a genuine chuckle out of me.
You couldn't have I couldn't have made a bet on what your number 5 was going to be, because that I haven't seen it. To be honest, I didn't even know it existed. So sorry, but I guess I got to go watch it now. It's all we're heading into the holiday season.
Well, because there's a couple other Lego. There's another Lego one also that came out. When did the other Lego one come out? Hold on, I'm double checking.
A while ago. Yeah.
It came out in 2022.
Oh, never mind.
So the one that went to Disney Plus first, I believe, was the holiday special, and then the summer one came out. There's clips that keep circulating on TikTok of the weird little alien guy. Where's Meg when I need her? The weird little alien guy that is with Anakin in the first movie when he's a kid, the one that bought him.
Oh my gosh. Well, there's Sebulba. Is it Sebulba?
Is it Sebulba?
No, it's
No.
Hang on. I got this. Phantom Menace. We can do this. It's if anyone in the chat wants to chime in,
I was gonna say, there's Wat. I don't think it's Wat.
Watto.
Watto.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he is it's him in Lego form, which is already Uncanny Valley, and he's Anakin's talking about stuff, and he's in the background selling red flags, and they're talking to each other like, oh, this is a great idea. Who wants a red flag? And I'll send you the clip. It keeps recirculating. It makes me so happy.
I would love to see it because I haven't seen anything from this movie. Again, didn't even know it was a thing. So yes, please send it my way because I'd love to get up on the times.
I got you.
Oh man, amazing. Okay. Moving
Please
on.
move on, Megan.
To number 4.
On my shortcomings.
Oh man, all right. Yes, number 4 for me is going to be episode 4, A New Hope. The one that started it all.
It did.
I do love this film. This one gives me the feels. I just love that sequence of Luke looking into the sunset and the music playing.
With the music.
It gives me chills every time. Yeah, with John Williams score. It's
if you think of iconic movie scenes, that's the one people think of. That dramatic looking into the double suns of Tatooine. Yeah, that one's pretty iconic.
Right. And it's just, it's the one that started it all. You're introduced to Vader right in the beginning and Leia. And obviously Luke goes through his training. You got, I think that's the one, I believe that's the one where Han Solo is trying to act as a stormtrooper and kind of throw off the people he's talking to. And he shoots the panel and goes, boring conversation anyway. And I think that's one of the best lines in a movie for me. It makes me laugh every single time. And obviously Han Solo is one of my favorite Star Wars characters. So A New Hope had to be top 5. And there she is at number 4.
Oh, that's pretty
These aren't the droids you're looking for. Who shot first?
Choices.
It's just, this is where all the original stuff comes from, the stuff that is timeless and the themes, the jokes that have lasted through the years. So
right.
Yeah. That's
starting the humor in the galaxy is really what it was.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
All right. What's your 4, Danielle?
My number 4, I'm just sticking with my list. I'm not gonna second guess it. I'm just gonna keep moving on with it. I wrote down. Hold on, I'm having a hard time reading my own handwriting. What did I write down? Where did I put this one? I put Rise of Skywalker.
Interesting. At 4.
Yes.
Danielle, give me 1 second. I have to close my window. Sorry, there's a car beeping outside. 1 moment. Sorry.
I thought that was Kevin making noise again. I was confused.
That is hang on, I just gotta close the window. 1 sec. Okay, we're back.
Okay. So yes, number 4 for me was Rise of Skywalker, and I know
Honestly,
some
she's a
Disney
vibe.
fans are like, or some Star Wars fans are like, whoa, wait a second, what's going on?
No, I'm with you.
I liked this movie.
I did
liked
too.
The introduction of Rey. I liked seeing a little bit of familiarity with like Leia and Han and Chewie all coming back. I liked that.
Did you? Okay, are you talking about Rise of Skywalker or Force Awakens? Because we're introduced to Rey in Force Awakens.
Okay, hold on.
Rise
I'm
of
double-checking.
Skywalker is the third one. Is episode 9.
Oh wait, did I write down the wrong one then?
It's okay. It's okay if you did, because they're both. Honestly, I like them both. The only one I didn't really care for was Last Jedi. So that is not
hold
in
on,
my
I'm
top
writing-
5.
I'm
Everybody.
looking at it in order of when they were released. Force Awakens, The Last Jedi. No, I meant to put The Force Awakens.
So Force Awakens is at 4. Okay.
Okay,
Again,
let
love
me
the choice.
rephrase that.
Okay.
Number 4, The Force Awakens. The first one that we're introduced to Rey and them. That one is my
Yes.
number 4.
Love it, love it. I very much enjoyed this movie too. Let's be real. The hype around this movie back in, what was it, 2015? Oh my word!
And I
It was
think
cray.
that's why this one got up there again for me, is because I did not really grow up around the Star Wars universe when the other ones, like the Anakin ones, were really releasing. I didn't grow up around that hype. I saw them way after they were already on VHS and DVD. So to re-see that ignition of the Star Wars universe when this series started, and to see the reactions of the trailers, and to see this on YouTube of everybody like going crazy for them, especially the audience recordings from San Diego Comic-Con.
Right.
That
Yeah.
was awesome. And I think that's why I liked this one so much, was because of the initial reception. Even though people look at it like, oh, the blah, 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 blah. No, I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I liked it. I liked it too. Very much enjoyed the experience watching it. I still get chills thinking about first seeing Han and Chewie in the trailer for
my
the first
gosh, yes.
time. Yeah. And, the story, it was what it was. Obviously, I was sad to see Han go, but at least right off the bat. But still, I enjoyed it. I do love Rey, and as well as Finn. So I thought it was a great intro back into the Star Wars universe years later. So I'm with you, Danielle. I am a Force Awakens stan. Okay.
I like General Organa hardcore.
Yes.
Queen.
Miss Leia Queen. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Love her. All right. Good choice. All right, we're on to number 3. Is that correct?
Yes, number 3, because I got
Number
confused on
3.
which episode. That's the struggle of when they have numbers associated with them, and I have to give them their titles instead of the number
And the
order.
episodes are backwards. Yes, because in terms of our timeline. My number 3 is episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Oh man.
Ooh.
This one I tend to watch more than I'd like to admit because of a certain a Jedi who turns into the Sith.
You don't say.
Hayden Christensen was my first real celebrity crush. Yeah, I feel like everybody knows this because of Revenge of the Sith. And this movie obviously got a lot of hate back in the day. I lived through the hate. I saw it. And now it's a celebrated film. And Hayden Christensen is an honored man, which rightfully so. I think he's fantastic. I think he's the perfect Anakin Skywalker.
The videos of him, I think we talked about I think we talked about this a little bit with Meg, and how the videos of him during like when he came back to the Star Wars celebration, and like people chanting his name, and how he was just like crying. Oh yeah, heartstrings tugging.
Up. I know, and I love the man, and I think he's so gracious, and he's very he's always been, like, to me, very humble and very modest, and I think seeing all the outpouring of love for him now, it makes me emotional. I'm so happy for him. I'm so glad that he came back for Ahsoka and for Obi-Wan. Like he did such a good job in those. I'm so happy for him. So, but yeah, watching Revenge of the Sith back, I was so enthralled. And if a movie can make me feel things and feel strongly about something, and either if it's like anger, sadness, or joy, I really enjoy it, and that's what Revenge of the Sith does. I literally find myself screaming at the television every single time. Don't do it. Let him join the Jedi Council. Like, he's gonna turn. Don't do it.
Let him have his little wife.
Let him be a master.
Fine.
I was like, you guys made the. It's so frustrating to see, because you obviously know what's gonna happen, but I'm like, you could have done this, and that's why I love it, just because of how passionate about it I feel in the story. So, yeah, that's why Revenge of the Sith Episode 3 is at number 3 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, that one's pretty good.
Thanks.
I went a little bit on the opposite side of that, and I wrote for my number 3, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Love. I'm so glad you put this in your top 5, because that is another good one. Yes.
See, and I think it's because when I was younger and I saw this movie, I weirdly liked the Jar Jar Binks merchandise that came out originally.
We bought it all when we were kids. I love Jar Jar.
Okay, this is going to be very transparent, Danielle, and a story time with this. This was the first time I wanted when I have memories of a kid, and I still remember it, of me trying to steal something from the store. Right? Kids don't do this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm,
but there was this Jar Jar Binks lollipop that you pressed it down and his tongue came out.
Yep.
And that his tongue was the lollipop.
Yep.
Very cringy 1999, 2000 merchandise.
Yeah. So 90s, early 2000s coded. Yeah.
Choices were made. So this so how old was I?
6? 7?
Yeah, I would have been 6 years old, right? Mm-hmm. And so I took it and I was like, I want this lollipop and I want this really bad. So I took it and hit it for a second, and then I bit off the tongue clean off, and Mom found it and she's just like, you just stole from the store. And so I had to take it back, and so I was crying. I was like, I'm sorry, I just wanted the Jar Jar Binks lollipop.
Oh, little Danielle.
Mom is still cringing to this day over all the a kid of all the things to take. You took the cringiest lollipop imaginable, and this is what you decided on.
Oh, but
so
it's a classic. Come on,
crazy memories. I'm sure I unlocked something for people that lived during that time of remembering this Jar Jar Binks merchandise from the Phantom Menace. Good times, y'all. Good times.
Good times. I was also
even with that negative moment in my life, I still have good memories associated with the movie.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, okay. Jar Jar, we all know the stuff behind Jar Jar. I get it. I also thought he was hilarious. As a kid watching it, I was like, oh, that guy's
I thought he was cute too. I thought he was just funny.
Like, yeah. My favorite line is, "You follow me now, okay day?" And when he's like,
okay.
When he tries to go under the water, I love it. To this day, I love it. So, not a Jar Jar hater whatsoever. I also never understood the hate behind Jar Jar, but I guess it's because he kind of got himself into a mess of things, and then
he was CGI instead of
and it was bad CGI. Yeah, I get it. If it would have been, people are saying if it would have been
again as a kid, I loved it.
It's 1999. CGI was it just is what it is. They didn't have the technology back then. It would have been better now. But yeah, I think they were mad that it wasn't like a real life thing or like a puppet or something like Yoda was. Yeah, back in the day. But okay, love that choice. Thank you for putting that in your top 5 because it is not in mine. That's going to be in the bonus. But we're number 2 now. Number 2 already. Okay,
Number 2
is going to be episode 6, Return of the Jedi.
Cool. All right.
Man, do I love this movie. Oh my God. We're getting into the good stuff, people. This one, again, I think I rewatched it when I was building my Darth Vader Lego, who is sitting. Oh, yeah, he's right back there. And it's just, the culmination of everything. And you make the Ewoks and just like, it's everything. It is everything that you want to see in a Star Wars movie. It brings it all together. I love the ending so much. And It's just so good. I think this is the beginning where is this where they meet the Sarlacc pit, or is that in Empire? Help me out.
No, it's in that one.
It's in that one, right? Oh, I love that scene when Leia offs Jabba. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just so good.
Well, I'm just going to tack on my number 2. My number 2 is also Return of the Jedi.
Let's go, baby. Woo!
And so then I can just go ahead and add in my 2 cents about it also. Yes. Okay. Now, the reason why this one got picked for me was because of the Jabba the Hutt scene.
Yes.
And because I fell in love, I still have a hardcore crush on Boba Fett. Like, love me some Boba Fett.
He's in that uniform.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. He's so mysterious. You know? Like, he's so cool. I also, at the same time, when I was rewatching these episodes a little bit older as a kid, like probably around middle school, there was a series of books that came out that was Boba Fett post when his dad Jango passed away and his adventures of becoming Boba Fett as it was. Yeah. I liked those books a lot. So that's really what made me like more attached to this character. So to see this episode, even though he does fall into the Sarlacc pit, I was like, oh my goodness. But leading up to that, I thought he was so cool. I really liked it. And so cool. Overall, like, again, the culmination, the ending, the Ewoks, all fantastic.
All fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah, what else can you say about it? It's just amazing. And that leads me to my number 1, which is, I think, a surprise to no one. It is episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. This to me is like, even though it's like the middle movie, it there's something about it. This is the one that I had to stop building my Lego set because I really wanted to watch it again and like actually watch the movie. Everything from being on Hoth to the scene with Vader, the scene that we all know,
right?
And Han and Leia. Well, it's just, and of course the betrayal of Lando. And of course, and that cliffhanger of Han in the last couple moments, and also Yoda and being introduced to Yoda, it's just so good. Like, it gives me chills. It's the movie, So Empire is my number 1.
That one was so close. Like, that one got moved around on the list a couple times. I would say that's probably my number 6. Not to spoil like a bonus episode or anything like that, but that one. I did not put it because it made me so stressed. Him hanging from the bottom of the Cloud City. No. First time I saw it, I was like, I still bite my nails. Even right? As a kid, I was biting my nails. They were gone. They were nubs by the end of that scene. And I was just like, I'm like, he doesn't have a hand. How is he holding on? It doesn't make sense. No, too stressful. And for that reason, it got bumped down.
That's okay. But that's so, for me, I loved that feeling and like being like, oh, like just on the edge of your seat, like, oh my God, what's going to happen? So that's why it's my number 1. Yeah. But what's your number 1? I want to hear.
Well, you've already kind of mentioned it, but mine is Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
Oh, yay. The one that started it all.
The one that started it all is my number 1. And not because I'm like that person. Like, I know some people are like, oh my goodness. It's because like there's this idea in the Star Wars universe that the first one is the best one. And I mean, it is pretty good. It is pretty good. I just put it at number 1 because I have a good memory associated with it. I loved watching this movie and being my parents did it correctly of introducing me to the Star Wars universe with this movie first, and then showing me in order of release, not necessarily in order of like one.
That was mine too.
Whatever.
Right. That was my introduction to it too. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's like the classic origin story. Yep. These are not the droids you are looking for. All like being introduced to the Force and thinking that's so cool. yeah, it started all with this one. So I had to put it as my number one.
Yeah, it's great. All the one-liners from A New Hope are the ones that I quote a lot. So,
oh yeah,
they're so good. Han Solo, oh man, it's a very good movie, and yeah, it's just so good. So I love it, Danielle. I'm glad that that's your
talking about this
one.
list is making me want to rewatch some stuff.
I know,
again.
me too. I kind of want to go back and watch it again. Yeah,
and I will say an honorable mention of, if I was really going to put a number one, it would have been the Star Wars Clone Wars, but not the new series, the newer series. It was the 2003 animated version that is considered no longer canon. I loved that one, and for some reason we had I don't know where it was either a promo or something, or it came in like that DVD with the doll or with the action figure set that we used to have. They did that a lot in the middle of the 2000s. And we had the first 2 episodes of the animated Clone Wars on a DVD. Yep. And we thought that was the coolest thing. We watched it a lot. I think it actually broke because we watched it so much. And that I associated that with a movie, even though it's technically a series. So I didn't include it in this list, but if I was going to do another number one, it would have been this gift with purchase DVD of the first 2 episodes of the animated Clone Wars version. And that would have been it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I sadly never got to watch that, but I think I know what you're talking about. And
yes, the animation style I thought was so cool.
I definitely know what you're talking about then. Yeah. Because it was cool for its time, for sure. So yeah, I love that. Okay. I like the little honorable mention there. And that would have been your number one, you said.
It probably would have been my number one because of the memories associated with it.
Got it. Okay. Yes, because of the experience. I see. I love it. Okay. Well, there's the list, y'all. I think we are going to have a bonus of this one. Yes, Danielle?
I think so.
So
I think people are going to be a little nervous, though, to be like, if Danielle's including the Star Wars holiday special in her list, what else is she going to include? So, you
never know. You're just going to have to wait and see and join the Patreon or be a paid subscriber, because we are going to release that bonus episode. And we'll have our 6 to 10 picks for Star Wars movies. So stay tuned for that. We want to thank y'all so much for listening. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much to Meg for joining the show. It was so lovely to talk to her. And just thank y'all for being here. And to see
more of her content, it is going to be Magic with Meg on the socials for her again, just to remind y'all. So go check her out. Instagram, TikTok, all the things, some very cool stuff, and she's going to be covering some more cool content because I believe she's going to be going to Tokyo.
She is
with
going
Blake,
to Summer Celebration,
right?
Yeah, in Tokyo.
That's gonna be
She
cool.
will be there. Oh yeah, that's gonna be awesome. I'm so jealous. But yes, thank you guys so much again, and until we see you next time, have a very magical day.
And night, sleep tight, dream of churros tonight.
Hooray.
Hooplas, hyperspace hoopla. Star Wars weekends, man. Good times.
So good. Oh man. To have your name at the end of our new episodes and to receive a bunch of magical perks, please check out our Patreon via the link in the episode notes.
Or visit patreon.com/Disney Countdown Show. We'll see you there.